now. Real quick topic. We're gonna jump right into it, no build up. If you are rich, recently in the later years you done became rich. Not Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk rich, but you got $1 million or $2 million. And whatever you did to make that $1 million or $2 million, it's still making you money. You probably making $100,000, at least $100,000 a year with whatever you did to make the first $1 million or $2 million. Are you obligated to take care of your family? Meaning in the sense of, from this point on, nobody in your family is supposed to work. Is that your burden to pick up? Or do you leave that on the table until they ask move around? Think about that for a second. And, a lot of people gonna jump in. It's crazy because that's always split down the middle. You can have a lot of people who jump in and be like, that's your family, that's my family, I'm gonna take care of them. Then you got a lot of people who gonna be like, man, fuck them. And shit, I can see why on both sides, I can see the why on both sides. I seen a thing with T.I. and he was saying how being rich ain't it if you the only one. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying if you the only one who rich in your circle, in your friend group, in your family, and you not spreading that wealth around, or you not taking what you do certain things, or you not doing X, Y, Z, that shit gonna get boring. It's gonna get old. It ain't gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta go out here and find friends with other rich motherfuckers. But other people be lame. Other people be weird. I say it all the time, bro. Like, other people just be, I don't know, man. Other people just ain't it. You go hang out with other people and then they make you realize why you stay to your motherfucking self, because other people are fucking big. But get back on topic. Are you obligated to basically cover your family's financial burdens from that point on? Like me personally, I don't think you're obligated to cover all the burdens. Now you need some help with something, I bet I help you. But I know my family, so I know I don't got the type of family where I give you a couple $1,000 and you do what you gotta do with it. Nah, I don't got that kind of family. I've been gave them a couple $1,000. They even did what they had to do with it, yeah. But whatever bill they needed it for still ain't paid. So I would, you gotta know your family and know how they do and how they get down. Right? Like I said, I don't have that type of family. I don't have the type of family where you need to give a large sum of money. I got the type of family. If you want to help with a bill, you tell them to send you the shit with a bill so you can pay it. You know what I'm saying? I got that type of family. I'm gonna send the money to my Cash App card and give me the website. I'm gonna put the Cash App in there, spend it with that, or I'll pull up in person and spend it and help with the bill like that way. But I can't send you the money. I'm not gonna do that. So that's the whole thing. It's like shit. I guess it just comes down to knowing your family too. But then at the same time, if I got rich today, I'm gonna help my family out. Yes, like, so I always say it. If I become anything over, if I become anything over, I get anything over like 5 million, I'm gonna invest 1 million into my family. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna invest 1 to 2 million into my family. Meaning I'm not buying you no house. I'm not doing nothing like that. What I am gonna do though, the bills you behind, I catch the motherfuckers up. If you do got a house, I'll pay that mortgage up a couple of months for you. Give you that little space, that little cushion. You know what I'm saying? You got a car note, I'll pay that motherfucker up. I'll do some shit like that. And I'm gonna use that million to just invest in my family in that type of way. I'm basically providing everybody with that cushion. I'm providing everybody with that little cushion. So now, because I mean, in reality, if you been hitting your mortgage just fine, let's say your mortgage is $1,500. If I pay up, let's say I pay up half a year, 6 months, right? So that's gonna be 25. That means if you paying $1,500 a month, if you put that $1,500 a month to the side for the next 6 months, you're gonna have a $9,000 cushion. You're gonna have $9,000. You know what I'm saying? If you keep living like you are paying that $1,500 and put that $1,500 to the side for the next 6 months, you're gonna have a $9,000 cushion. You know what I'm saying? Which is a lot more than most people have. I mean, shit. If you got a $9,000 cushion, you are straight. You straight. In reality, you shouldn't have no more problems with nothing. Like in a sense, because a lot of times, especially in the black community, you know, black people live on this check-to-check basis. And, you know, when you on a check-to-check basis, that means any unexpected bill gonna sink you when you check the check. Right? When you check the check, that means anything over $100, you out of there. You are out of there. So you about to lose something. That's what check the check means. That means that your bills are just enough to cover how you living. Any unexpected bill pop up, something else not gonna get paid. Right? But see, if you able to build a cushion, you get that $9,000, you able to build that $9,000 cushion. You straight now, you're not living in the millions of check to check no more. Now, if unexpected bill come up, it ain't really a thought to pay this motherfucking bill off. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really a thought to do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would do shit like that. Like, pay shit up. Pay shit up. Give you the opportunity to you know. Now, but I'm not no motherfucking financial advisor either, so I'm just paying it up. So if you decide I ain't gonna save that money, I'm looking at the extra, I'm looking at the 15 like it's extra, and I'm gonna spend it every time I get it, then that's on you. But I done gave the cushion, but I'm not about to, I'm not gonna raise, I'm not the motherfucking piggy bank or nothing like that. I'm not gonna pay all the bills. No. I'm not. But I'm gonna take care of other shit. You know what I'm saying? Do shit like that. But yeah, so it's like, are you obligated to do those things? And then I can see how you would feel obligated depending on what type of family you come from, because everybody's family not the same. I'm not even gonna get into all that, but you know, everybody's family not the same. Everybody feels different about their family. Some people view their family. Some people, their family is their backbone. Always have been. So those type of people going, yeah, I'm gonna take care of my family, because we always rock tough together like that. Some people had a family that talk shit about them every time they turn their back and shit. Really don't fuck with them. Fuck with them now because they got money. But at first, they ain't fuck with you at all. Like, you know, so. So, you know, shit, I don't know. Everybody's shit different, man. So I can see how. But I just honestly feel like a person not obligated to do that shit. Like, if you gonna do it, if you want to take care of your family financial burden, then do that. And do it because it's out the goodness of your heart. Do it because you're a good person. Don't do it on the sense that they will do it for me. Don't. If you're going in it with that mindset, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I don't know your family. I don't. But one thing I can 100% tell you is anytime you ever been like, man, they'll do it for me, if you put that person in a situation where they could do it for you, they not. You know, and that ain't no whole shit, that ain't nothing. It's just their choice. Like, you gotta understand that people don't owe you nothing. It's their choice. If motherfuckers don't want to do that for you, they don't have to. But when you walking in it with the mindset of they would do it for me, man, a lot of times motherfuckers won't do it for you. If you had 10 friends, 10 family members lined it up and you talking about something, yeah, they'll do it for me. You put all 10 of them in a situation where they can do it for you and you need them to. Only about 2 or 3 of them probably would actually do it for you. That's 70% chance they won't. So that's why I said, if you're gonna be on that type of time with it, and you helping with this and helping with that and doing all that, you need to do it because you want to. That's one of my biggest things anyway. I'm always on that type of time. Like, if I do something for you, it's genuine. It's because I want to do it for you. It's not because I feel like you're going to owe me. It's not because I expect you to do the same for me. Because I understand that ain't how it works. That ain't how it works at all. Motherfuckers don't owe you nothing. And a motherfucker will quickly show you that they don't owe you nothing. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. That ain't how it works. That's why I always say, if you're gonna do something for somebody, do that shit because that's what you want to do. Right? If I help you, it's because I want to help you. I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you because I'm in there like, oh, well, you know, they would help me. Or, you know, if I help them, they gonna owe me. That ain't how it works. Because you would help a motherfucker, and a motherfucker come back and act like you ain't never done nothing for them. Rich people go through that all the time. Rich people go through that all the time. Not even just rich people, just if you in a better financial situation than a lot of your family. You bound to go through that. Because the second you say no to one thing, they forget about the 10 other things you said yes to. That's just what it is. I had a situation like that in my family. I'm not really rich or nothing like that. I'm nowhere like that. I'm actually quite broke. But For a younger person, I got a lot of shit going my way. You know, I got a pretty decent job. I make pretty decent. I'm married to a wife who also makes pretty decent money. Like together we make a pretty good income. We own a house. We got several cars. You know, it's like that. And it's like but point being, had a family member, I'm not gonna put him on blast on who it was, asked me for a couple $100. I gave it to him. Come back, asked me for another couple $100. I give it to him. Now each time they hit me with it, they gonna pay me back. Now I be knowing how that shit go. So a lot of times if I give you some money, I don't expect it to come back. But if you telling me you're gonna pay it back, especially as a man, okay, well I'm wanting you to pay it back. But anyway, didn't pay back. Asked me a third time. Now this is all basically every 2 weeks asking me for a couple $100, and we talking about $500-600. So the third time I'm like, nah, I can't even get you. Motherfuckers start going off on me about how I'm a hoe ass nigga. Because one third of the time I said no. Because I said no. You know? And the thing about it is, but never thought about the fact of, well, if I would have paid the money back, he probably would have said, yeah. But see, that's my whole thing with people too. It's like on the side note, don't ask me for money today and tell me you gonna pay it back next check, or you gonna pay me back double next check. Cause my whole thing is, if you don't got $200 today, right? Your bill's so tight, you don't got $200 today. Next check, how you gonna have $200 then? And then especially the motherfuckers who be hollering about how they gonna pay you back double and shit like that. They be like, they gonna pay you back double. If you can't afford to pay $200 on some bills this week, in 2 weeks, I don't think you're gonna be able to afford to get me $400. I don't think that's how it works. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's conducive to what you should do. I don't think that's conducive to your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how the fuck does that work? But people be on that, man. But that's why I say, if you on the mindset of we gon', you know, if you on the mindset of helping somebody out or all that kind of shit, there's nothing wrong with that. Kudos to you. But if you gonna do that, do it with the right mindset. Do it because that's what's in your heart and that's what you want to do. You know, don't do it because you feel obligated. I feel like the obligation part, that's where they miss me. If I'm rich like that, okay, I'm gonna help my family out for sure. But I'm not obligated. I'm not obligated to help them. And then on top of that, helping people out is gonna be completely different than what you know what I'm saying? Helping people out don't necessarily gotta be what they expect it to be. You know, you deal with a lot of people who feel like, if I'm not giving them raw cash in their hand, I ain't helping them out. Well, I just explained the situation of how if I pay up your bills, that's helping you out. But see, motherfuckers don't want their bills paid. It's kind of like the homeless man who don't want food. You know, I don't know if y'all been there, but like in Houston, if it's a homeless person, they want some money. They don't want no food. A lot of times you try to give them some food, they get mad. they get mad and shit and act like you just so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They don't want no food. You know why? Because I can't do shit with food but eat it. Which you would think you'll want to eat it, but these niggas got shit, other shit in their mind they'll rather do than eat some food. Same thing with your people and your friends and shit. Motherfucker want cash. Motherfucker don't want no bills paid up. Cause yeah, I'm living good, and I'm eventually have some extra money, but I ain't got no money right now. I'd rather you just give me the money and I just go buy what I want to buy and do what I want to do with it right now. It's like, that's the problem. Especially when you come from like a vice heavy family. Like my family got a lot of vices. These niggas, boy, they own everything. They caught up on everything. So it's just like, I can't necessarily give you no money. Because if I give you some money, you're going to run through that money so quickly. You're going to want some more. I need to set it up. Because that's my whole thing about it. I'm not, the money that I want to invest into the family, I'm not trying to invest into your vices. You do that on your own. What I'm trying to invest into is everybody's living conditions. I'm trying to fix the living conditions of my family. Right? I'm trying to fix the living conditions of them. I'm trying to set it up to where, man, we ain't that fucked up. You know what I'm saying? People probably broke, yes. But groceries in the house, transportation, and where you gonna live are never a question. That's what I'm trying to do. All that other shit, that's on you. But I'm trying to set it up to where we never have a question on what you gonna eat, how you gonna get somewhere, and where you gonna lay your motherfucking head. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get to where those things are never a question no more. Nobody gotta consider sleeping on the streets. Nobody gotta consider selling no ass. Ain't nobody gotta consider none of that. You know? Don't gotta deal with shit you don't wanna deal with. You know, cause that's one of the worst things. If you never been through it, you'll never understand. But one of the worst things is motherfucking having to sleep on the couch with somebody who obviously don't want your ass there. That's one of the worst feelings, cause they make it a living hell. They show you every day that they don't want your ass there. Cause since you ain't got nowhere else to go, you gotta deal with it, the price to pay. Right? You ain't got nowhere else to go, so you gotta deal with that one. Now you got motherfuckers, this person, hold on. You've known them forever. This person never been a morning person. Usually don't wake up at 12 o'clock. When you sleeping on the motherfucking couch, you don't want you there. All of a sudden, every morning, they wake up at 6 in the morning now. And they don't wake up at 6 in the morning and just be laying in the bed while tea. They wake up at 6 in the morning, you on the couch in the living room, kitchen right there. They wake up at 6 in the morning now. Now they go in there, they want to bang pots and pans, huff and puff all morning. You know what I'm saying? They in that hole doing shit like that. And then don't let you be... And then it's even worse if you fuck around and be unemployed in that situation. Cause one thing about it, that piss motherfuckers off. That piss motherfuckers off. If I'm getting up to go to work and you ain't here on the couch, you ain't got nowhere to be, you think you gonna be here all day. Now it's about to get rough and tough in that hoe. You know what I'm saying? But if you never been in those situations, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't know. If you've never been in those situations, you would not understand that motherfucking, that is the worst situation you can be in. And then a lot of times with dudes, the whole homosexual thing come into play. Because dudes do it all the time. Dudes, shack up with a woman. They be doing me so dirty at this job. They really do. But dudes do it all the time. Shack up with a woman they don't even like. Don't know her, don't like her. Can't stand her really. But you need a place to stay. So you in there, faking happiness, faking relationships, with the mindset of when I get on my feet, I'm gonna move the fuck around, which is fucked up to do to somebody. But then people can't act like they don't know that too, though, because if you've been trying to get at me for the longest and I never went, and all of a sudden I'm on a hard time, now I'm willing to go, well then you already knowing what's going on, And you already knowing what's going on. And you are already knowing what's going on in this situation, so yeah. Oh. But what messed the dude up be, a lot of times the whole when I get on my feet part fuck around and never come. Now you in a relationship where you're unhappy. Well, not even unhappy, with a person you don't like. But now you done fucked around and fell in love with them. You don't like them, but you love them. And then shit, now you dealing with bullshit. Going through bullshit. All that type of shit. Right, so shit, it sucks, man. It's part of it. And then women do the same thing too. Women do the same thing, but women do it on a whole nother level. A woman with real life date a man that she don't like, she not attracted to, she not nothing. Everything about this nigga make her sick. But if he provides the lifestyle she wants, or if he's the better option, she willing to go for that. You know what I'm saying? Women have learned to have taken the ideology of, learning to love someone. You know what I'm saying? They didn't fully adapt to that ideology, because it's just like, I don't love this person. I don't even like this person. But I learn to love them, though. They can provide the lifestyle I want. I learn to love them. The people who've been doing that since the longest are white women, though. White women done that since the beginning of time. They're the ones who coined that whole saying. They've been doing that since the beginning of time. They always pick their future over, like, only minorities still mess around for love. Only black people, Hispanic people still date for love like that. With everybody else, it's more so of a gain into it. I'm not saying that they don't date people that they love as well, but all I'm saying is, if you put the blue collar douchebag asshole motherfucker right here, the blue collar douchebag that she don't like at all, he an asshole, she don't like him, they can't really have a conversation, none of that. And you put this motherfucker right here who's struggling. He got a job, but his job don't make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? His job don't make a lot of money. And in reality, you're going to have to get a job too if y'all really want to live a good life. But you like him. You love him. Y'all personalities click. thing about it is, minority gonna go with the man they already like and love, and they gonna thug it out and make it work. Everybody else gonna go with the blue collar asshole, because he can provide the life they want to live, and they're gonna go into it with the mindset of, I'm gonna eventually love him. I'm gonna learn to love him. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what that is. I don't even know how the hell we got to this. The shit started out with, are you obligated to pay your family's bills? And it ended up with how people be dating based off some bullshit like that. You know? But then it's like, that's a mindset I understand too, though. I understand that mindset, because if you grew up struggling, you watch your parents struggle, especially in today's time. In today's time, you watch, like, your parents or your grandparents, whoever. Prime example, like, my grandma had a real good job, and she was able to buy, to get her house and all that kind of shit like that. But she basically had to work until she was an old ass woman. And then, like, now, the Social Security shit that she get every month, that ain't enough money to live on. She had to get a whole nother job. You know what I'm saying? And then when you think about the sense of, like, and that's her who had a good job. The ones who didn't, they working this one job forever, making little to no money. A lot of times, never been nowhere, never left the States, never seen nothing outside of the city for real. You know what I'm saying? I come from a place where I live in Houston. When I was coming up, going to motherfucking Corpus or like San Antonio or Dallas was considered a vacation. It's a 2-hour drive. And that was considered a luxury type vacation. That was the furthest you was gonna go. That's fucking crazy, bro. I had shade yesterday, man. I wasn't really trying to. I was just trying to line up, but then I had fucked up and now I look super, super, super young. But at least my waves don't swim. Yeah, but you know, like I was saying though, I can get it, because if you grow up seeing that, then of course you in that whole, like, man, you know, if you grow up seeing bullshit like that, then of course you like, fuck it, I'm gonna go where the money at. Which a lot of women are. A lot of women are taking, it's a whole saying right now, especially with the younger generation, that goes around basically saying, if I'm gonna cry, I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't really understand what's going on with it. It's like, people don't fight for it no more, you know. One person do you wrong, you put everybody in that, you know. Oh, I'm gonna get dead dirty by the dude she talked to, and she say, well, every dude's on bullshit. But then the thing about it is that people don't be getting it. People are attracted to types. Meaning, you have a type. Even when you claim you don't have a type, you very much have a type. Everybody has a type. And you never put that to, maybe it's the type of dudes that I'm messing with. that do you dirty. Everybody has a type, but that's the whole thing. You gotta admit that you got a type, and people don't like to admit that they got a type. But in reality, everybody got a type. For most people in the world, if you lined all their exes up, you will be able to see their type. Because people date the same type. And type don't necessarily just stop at looks. Sometimes it's as simple as looks, but a lot of times it be the mentality too. If you line everybody's exes up and had a 30-minute conversation with each one of them, these motherfuckers be very much alike. You know, they either gonna be alike look-wise, or they gonna be alike personality-wise, the way they think, the way they move. The motherfuckers have types. And like to act like they don't understand that. Like, bro, you know what the fuck going on. You know what the fuck going on. That's why they say if you gonna break up with somebody, that's why they say if you break up with somebody and the first thing you want to do is get back into another relationship, you know, you might as well just stay in the relationship you had, because the same problems you ran into the first relationship, you're going to run into them again with the second relationship. That's why they say it's so important to do the self-healing. When you break up with somebody, the objective is not to jump up under somebody else. The objective is to take yourself, study who you are, study what you've been through, you know what I'm saying, and reevaluate yourself and find your self-worth again. Because if you just jump back into another relationship, the cycle is going to repeat, because a lot of times, like I said, it goes back to the types. You got to figure out what was going on with you. Fuck what the other person did, and that's the thing about it. People be so caught up in what somebody else did, when life isn't just events that happen, bro. Life is cause and effects, right? You might have it in your head that this person did X, Y, Z for no reason, but that's far from the truth. They got a reason for doing it. They got a reason for moving how they move. They got a reason for doing what they do. And a lot of times, you know the reason why they do what they do and why they move how they move. You might not want to admit it, but you know the reason why. Because one thing I don't like about people though, people don't like to be put in bad lights. People don't like to be put in a bad light. So if I gotta act oblivious, I'ma act oblivious. If it means I'ma stay in the good light that I'm in. If I tell you the reason why, the true reason why, you might look at me and be like, oh, so you was the problem, and I don't want that. I want you to feel sympathy for me. I don't want you to feel like I deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's how it be, man. Let's get out of here and get to work. Out.